This Crick Buzz Centre Stage, Adam Collins and Harsha Bhogle. India are one step away from being in the semi-finals. They're on 11 points. A clinical win against the hapless West Indies, who were dreadful with the bat. They knocked them over for 143. Your favourite, Mohammad Shami, was in the wickets again, took 4 for Bumrah. Brilliant on a hat-trick at one stage. That word again, clinical.
I like that step there and back again. One more step maybe, but I think it's safe to say that India. I think it's safe to say that that India are there. Shami was fantastic. You know, that ball that got Shea Hope. I genuinely believe. I know Mitch Stark was outstanding. I know Kuldeep Yadav bowled a great ball. That ball will go into that list as one of the balls of the tournament. What India are discovering is one player goes out, another player comes in, and there's no problem with the attack. So I thought it was powerful. I thought it was clinical. I thought it was overwhelming. West Indies is not as bad a side as India made them look like today.
What are India going to do when Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is fit? It's quite the conundrum because Shami has been brilliant in both starts. Bumrah is the best bowler in the world. How do you get Bhuvi back in?
No.
You don't?
No. I mean, he was bowling well, but Shami has just provided that edge to the attack that Bhuvi wasn't providing. Bhuvi has been very good, but the edge that Shami is giving is just something else. So I think they'll have to go with Shami. One of the reasons they were going with Bhuvaneshwar was the little batting he was giving at 8. But Shami is now giving you so many wickets that those extra runs won't matter. So best to play all 3. I don't know how they'll manage that.
Kohli's player of the match, which reinforces it's a batsman's game. Surely Shami was the actual player of the match. But Kohli, again, another half century, yet to post 3 figures so far in this tournament, but ticking along very nicely. Notwithstanding a dismissal, he would rather have not got out that particular way at that particular time.
You know, Adam, like the stars, like people like you come around, with people like Kohli, you maintain that level somewhere there. An 80, 270s and a 60.
Yeah.
You'd have said, wow, what a great World Cup. With Kohli, we are saying, but where is the 100? And Kohli himself is quite comfortable with where he is, but each of these 60s, 70s and 80s has contributed to a big result. And so he'll be happy, but I think deep down he wants another 100. But look at this, India, supposedly the big batting paradise. There isn't a single Indian in the top 5 run getters, and still India are unbeaten.
Dhoni, that was an encouraging end. He stuck the landing. It was 1-6-2, 6 and a 4, 16 runs off the final over, popping one into the East Stand, which made him absolutely roar the Indian fans. That temporary stand doesn't feel so temporary when India are playing here. Good to see Dhoni batting at a higher tempo after a couple of days ago.
Adam, the longest running soap opera in the history of sport is Dhoni and the last over. Dhoni makes the last over look like there's 10 deliveries in it. There's just something about Dhoni in the last over. He's got 16 again. He was at a strike rate of 60. And we're all thinking, how's it going to be? And one of my colleagues said, don't worry, he'll end with 90. As it turned out, Dhoni's strike rate is 90. But I think in those middle overs, if he doesn't get that finishing kick, India will still struggle. So maybe India want a little more urgency over there.
In terms of the West Indies, they are now formally eliminated from the competition. They won their last game, and only game 27 days ago. They've been dreadful thereafter. Jason Holder, the captain, said after play that it's their worst form out of the game. It's hard to argue with him, really. I'm staggered to think that they have so many potential match winners, yet they've been so dismal after that first win.
Everybody's favourite team, my favourite team as well, the West Indies. Everyone wants the West Indies to do well, but they've just not been consistent enough, Adam. 2 of the moments of the World Cup will belong to the West Indies. The Carlos Brathwaite 100, and also the way they knocked over Pakistan in that first game with that barrage from O'Shane Thomas and Andre Russell. So 2 of those moments of the World Cup to me belong to the West Indies, but just not consistent enough. And if you're a West Indies supporter, you're tearing your hair out, really, saying, look, there is talent in Puran, there is talent in Hetmeyer, Chris Gale is a star, Hope is a very fine player, O'Shane Thomas is going to be a good fast bowler, Andre Russell, till he was around, was a match winner, and still they won 1 game. Consistency. They need the, what we in India call the dal chawal, the curry rice, just the basic staple. I don't think they have that.
Yeah, Cottrell as well as a fine player. I saw Shami do an impersonation of him at one point there as well. Wasn't a bad way to end a game that's played in pretty good spirits all told. Crick Buzz Centre Stage moves out of Manchester now with India in tremendous shape. Adam Collins and Harsha Bhogle, we'll see you in a couple of days.